Hi, this is Genesis with Genesis, the beginning of something beautiful. I wanted to come to you today and talk about some things that I was thinking about this morning. I woke up this morning and I was thinking about this statement, that I've been seeing a lot on social media and I've been saying for years. And the statement is leave black women alone. Look, guys, we've been through enough. Not that you all care, because they don't. It's just when you think in terms of the resources, everything was stolen from the indigenous here. Everything was stolen from the black woman. I know specifically some of the bloodlines that had taken and stolen resources from my ancestors, and they are abundant and they are rich today because of it, as the system is going down now because there's a shift. I know them by name. I know them by family, by bloodline, and how they enslaved my ancestors who were already here. And as they say, you are your ancestors. They enslaved my ancestors who were already here. There was this one person, I can't say any names because I'm not trying to get sued. Seriously. Because these people have had generational wealth through the robbing of the indigenous in this country, through the robbing of the divine feminine, through the robbing of the black woman in America. They need to really send us a thank you card, with all the hatred and everything that they throw on us. They've been living off of the life force. They've been living off of our energy to create abundance for themselves. They've been using our energy to create a life for themselves. And they wanted to eradicate beings like me. They wanted to turn me into a byword and use my energy. They've taken like when you see people who have generational wealth like that, it's a reason for that, that they've had generational wealth in 3D. It's a reason for that. Um, anyway, this particular person, their ancestor, they when they came here, we were already here. My family was already here. This was 200 years before slavery occurred. It was approximately maybe 200 to 250 years before slavery occurred. And I know this information. People can ask me, well, how do you know this information? I'm tapped into the prophetic, I'm tapped into the metaphysical, and I get the downloads for this information. And I know my bloodline and my ancestors, and I can feel what happened to this one particular ancestor of mine. She was a direct descent. I'm a direct descendant of her, and she poured a lot of the information of her life. She gave me the downloads because I was receptive to them. And so she was here. She was a young woman here. They came in, these non-melanated people from this particular bloodline, which is reptilian based, by the way. They came in, they killed the men, which was our protection. They killed the older people. They stole the land. They took the land, and they took on the young women that were there as wives, because as indentured servitude wives, because these women knew how to flip the land, tend to the land. How can you get somebody, a slave from Africa, put them on the boat, if they even, and when they get here, if they even survive the journey? They don't know the language, they don't know the culture, they don't know how to flip the land, they don't know how this particular kitchen works, and then you just make them a slave. It didn't work like that. They wouldn't have even been able to survive the journey. They would have lost so many slaves from Africa would have died before they even got here. So anyway, my ancestor was almost basically left for dead on the side of a mountain. She was wet, dirty, cold, passed out, unconscious. And this soldier, because they had invaded, these non-melanated people had invaded this region 200, approximately maybe 250 years before slavery, and they invaded on the indigenous. So one of the soldiers that had invaded, it was the men that came here first, because when war happens, the men come first before they bring their women. The white woman wasn't here. The white man came here first. The white woman came here way later. So let me tell you that. So he found her on the side of the road. He took her back to his home or whatever, or their fortress, because they had created like war camps and things. And she woke up there. And it was either in that position my ancestor was in, it was either you marry up with this man or you die. They didn't have a choice. So, she ended up, they had a farm together and she was doing all of the work. She was flipping the land, flipping the soil. She was running the household, setting the foundation. See, this is what the Andromeda Insectilian woman does. If you notice, everybody, like in the entertainment industry, they're trying to show you, oh, they can cook, they can clean, they can do this, they can do that, and they can have a job. This is what beings like me do, the Andromeda Insectilian woman. We know how to create the foundation. We know how to take care of the home. We have a lot of skill sets, and we can run a business, and we don't need to hire people to do this for us and do that for us. So what happened, they used us as the foundation. This is why you see in our history in America, they turned the Black woman into a maid, a cook, a servant. You're an indigenous woman to this region, and you're a servant, a cook, and a maid for people who aren't even from here. And this is played out over and over again. We were used to create abundance for other people, and then they tell us that the Black dark-skinned woman is incapable and inferior, and we're dumb and we're stupid and things like that, but we're doing all of the work, while the white person is a symbol of status or wealth, or the fat person is a symbol of status and wealth, as they take everything from us, as they try to take your prophetic anointing, as these people try to take my genetic anointing. In 3D, they took all the resources. She was left on the side of a mountain. He got her, cleaned her up. She ended up basically being forced into as an indentured servitude wife. She was flipping the land, tending the land. He was using her sex energy. He was using her abilities, everything. And it was against her will. I mean, what do you do if someone invades your country, invades your resources? They kill off all the men from your bloodline who are protecting you. They kill off the elderly. They kill off the children, and you're the only one there. Later on down the line, she had 2 sons with him. The oldest one was just like her in character, and the youngest one was more like him in character. While she was flipping the land, what it appeared to look like is a housewife, which is basically a slave in 3D. They use us as a catapult and a slingshot. The dark-skinned Black woman, we're used as a catapult, as a stepping stone and a slingshot, in order for them to build themselves above you. And they're able to take the credit. They're the symbol of status and wealth. Now you need more energy to live on the planet, because we're going into 5D. So now they want things such as my skin. They want my genetic anointing, because I'm a 5th, 6th, 7th dimensional being. They want my prophetic and metaphysical anointing. My question is to all you parasites out here that have been using the Black dark-skinned woman, have been using the indigenous here for eons. What is it that we can have? We built this country through the metaphysical on down, and they're telling us that this is not even our country. They don't want us to have a planet. They don't want us to exist, as they use the shit out of you and then delete you and try to wipe you out and turn you into a byword. I know this story, I feel it. I feel it. I feel the emotion of it, because I know specifically how that was played out on my bloodline and how that was played out on my ancestors. And I'm not going to allow anybody to say that my ancestors on their indigenous land does not exist. Now, I can't tell you all the details and information, simply because I don't want to get sued. If I put that information out, because some of these people that have benefited from my bloodline in this region, they're what you may consider powerful. But the thing about that is, God is taking care of all of this shit. God is taking care of all of this shit, because they're going down. This has been happening for lifetimes. And the reason, I'm all with the campaign of please leave black women alone, because you never have. They've been fucking with the energy. They were, it's like they were mad because they didn't want us. They was taking all of our resources. They saw our potential and they was holding us back. And with the Andromeda and Sectilian in past lives, I've been married to a lot of fucked up men who have used me as a platform to elevate themselves off of. You see, they know that being and they use that being. If you went to Haiti, if you went to Africa, if you went to certain places and you saw a woman like me, 9 times out of 10, she's married to a president or she has some sort of money or status. But they were told that that same being, that same entity in America, the black dark skinned woman, she not shit. And they know that you wouldn't be treated as badly in 3D over in those countries. You would have money, some form of status, but they come over here and they treat us like shit. And it's stopping. Now the shift in consciousness is happening. You need more money. You need more energy to live on the planet. So they want to take your being. And it's not working. Leave black women alone. We can't stress that enough. 1 second. I got to go. But that's all I wanted to say today. Thank you.